Hey there folks, this is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play of Disco Elysium for the PS4. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon. Links in the description at the bottom. Alright, we forged the signature last time, and yeah, Everard is going to be dealing with a nasty little legal landmine next time. And by the time he realizes it, well, we got what we want from him, so haha! Yeah, he claims that he says that he's doing this all for Revachol and the Union. For the people of Revachol. But yeah, he just definitely seems like the type of guy who just, he just wants control. Definitely seems to be like his whole angle here. But in any case, Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Everard doesn't really want me to talk to people about Union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning.
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everard's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some Union business. Not even in Revachol, they say. All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everard's turn to look after the Union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Safra. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
The trade must have been lucrative for the trip to be so long.
Alright, anyways, next up, Mañana.
He's a Union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everard sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Yeah, basically the guy just loves to wax philosophical all over the place. Alright, anyways, about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some Union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time, he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Alright, tell me about the guy in the container.
Who do you mean, mister?
The fancy guy in the suit, in that container over there.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everard's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to Everard with you.
Alright, tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Star player of the Xanarchy Dames. Didn't anyone tell you? Oh, wait, I already made that joke. Right. Tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everard would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
Tell me about René.
The night guard. He was a peculiar fellow. Headstrong and proud. We didn't really talk all that much. He died recently. Something with his ticker.
Right, that seems to be about it.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
Right, I'll be sure to keep what Leo said in the background there.
The door. This is the night watchman's booth.
Alright, so yeah, we're dealing with this woman who calls herself a pig, and she's running around with my gun. Alright, once we dealt with the whole responsibility thing, I guess I'll have no choice but to try and risk the shipper's question.
Descent has temporarily halted, but
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Everard says Titus Hardy and his boys killed him.
That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant.
Were you involved?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me.
Understood.
No problem. I wish the mercenary. That's so. He was an agent of the opposition. I ain't the murder.
Understood.
No problem.
Alright, so nothing from him. Oh boy, I think I'm about to do something that I really am going to regret doing here.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so.
Let's see. We're investigating a murder. These tattoos were on the victim's body.
Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving, hard as a stone. But beneath it, you see dead flesh in colorful rivers of polychrome, melting skin and hair.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Loincloths?
Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
Yeah.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
With some strange emotion, this is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Yeah, so everyone, keep your, yeah, this is gonna get, probably gonna get intense, so let's hear it.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon. At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, no, you guys are pieces of shit.
She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now.
You guys need to be put down.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
You were there?
No. I was in the domain. In Jamrock. Being a bouncer.
You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But...
He's under orders. And orders are orders.
Can I have that back?
Go ahead.
All right, now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Free flow of commerce!
Don't talk to him any longer. Just leave, please.
Fucking bug.
You hear a tiny rattle, a small radio. I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
There could be weapons aiming at us right now. The man's breathing.
Yeah, no, that was... Fuck. Rob's another mercenary can tell you more about the hangman's tattoos, the so-called scab leader of the Union Gates. I won't comment on whether people inform me about the tattoos, but it could be... interesting?
An intricate web of blue. It's still kind of look for you to discover. You've gone.
Yeah, no, pain threshold was right. That was just... Yeah, no, these mercenaries are fucking animals. Ugh.
Now it's turning into a...
Someone shot him in the heart. The monuments. The woman.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to... It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls... Of course not. The Boyadero... So the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her boy... You have to understand.
Alright, it's daytime. We've got enough of got enough skill checks here. I think we're ready here. And I managed to expunge the proper thoughts.
Hardcop. Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favor. Me? Again? I told you.
There's that phrase again. Really
It means I don't answer questions about myself. All right, there is. Is there a law that would...
That would...
Thank you. Sure.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance! Goodbye. A better deal! Yeah!
Yes.
the mother of humanism.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Alright.
They're hardcore. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know. Normal hard. Rest of the crew has got to stay here. Can't afford to let the beat drop right as we're getting off the ground. Much love to my hardcore antenna brothers!
Good luck, guys.
Try to squeeze in a promo spot while you're on air. We've got to start putting the word out.
Back across the waterlock. At least we are getting our exercise in today.
You could grab that amplifier, officer, and you could start spooning out those cables. Maybe we can get it all in one go. Alright, well. Yeah, hopefully this can go a little bit better than last time.
Just plug that in there, would ya?
It's done. I believe we are ready.
Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets, both of ya. I've got it rigged so that we can all listen, but only your cop talk will broadcast. No idea what we're gonna hear when I turn this thing on, so be prepared for anything. trick is to keep transmitting your request until the big bad acknowledges ya. You got that?
Wait, what if they never acknowledge
Honestly, that might be for the best. Like I said, the signs coming off this whole project are seriously uncharted. Don't know how much juice we've got, so we better get to it. You ready?
Yep.
Good. We're live in 2, 1...
A soft rustling. The snow seems to have gotten between your ears somehow.
Where's the sound coming from?
Every light switch, every motor carriage, every doorbell, tea kettle, and radio in Martinez, all mingled with electrical interference caused by scattered thunderstorms over Ozone.
Hey, Lawman! We're waiting on ya!
Let's see. What should I say?
It's up to you. I don't know your call sign.
Coalition Warship Archer, this is Lieutenant Harriet Dubois of the RCM. Please acknowledge.
Is there anybody there? The lieutenant looks up at you with a nervous glance. He is nervous for your sake, of course, but also his own. Looking at him now, with both hands on his headphones, you see very briefly what the lieutenant must have been like when he first joined the RCM. Then he turns to you. He gives you a half smile, along with an almost imperceptible nod of encouragement.
Give it another go.
Coalition Warship Archer, this is Lieutenant Dubois. Please acknowledge.
Perhaps you're simply imagining it, but it seems as though you're learning to pull apart the fibers of this auditory felt. You focus on one strand in particular, one that sounds very nearly human.
Nein, Liebling, das lasse ich nicht zu. Wie kannst du unseren Jungen bloß auf einen dieser Dinger nach Bredeport schicken?
Hello, Archer, do you acknowledge?
Marianne hat mir erzählt, dass Oscar nicht mehr derselbe ist, seit er auf einem Luftschiff aus Grad zurückgekommen ist. Natürlich halten ihn die Psychologen für vollkommen normal, aber sie hat das Gefühl, seit seiner Rückkehr mit einem Fremden zusammenzuleben.
I don't speak German!
You can't make out a word of this gibberish.
What does this remind me of?
The rustling of dry autumn leaves, waves breaking at a distance, 1,000 wings beating at once.
I can't understand a word of this gibberish.
Bitte. Erst und... Me neither. Just keep trying. We'll get through the... Again.
It's cold now.
A slight frisson at the point where your neck meets your spine. Something about the lieutenant's words directed at you, but not you.
It's really coming down now as you mention it.
Mention what?
It's cold, just like you said.
I didn't say anything, Detective. Someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
An uncomfortable silence for...
It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
Are you going to tell me you didn't say that either?
I promise you I didn't. Even though it certainly sounds like me.
What's happening?
Sounds like your partner's being haunted by his past self. Or maybe he's trying to warn himself. From the future, most like. I don't know much about radios.
It's just a little bit of pale interference, Detective. A little eerie, perhaps, but perfectly explicable.
Outwardly, the lieutenant exudes reassurance, but you can sense a lingering doubt in his voice.
Natürlich halten ihn die Psychologen für vollkommen normal.
So what can we do about
You
it?
just have to embrace the spookiness. Now give it another go.
But someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Dubois, please acknowledge.
Liebling, bitte.
Warship Archer, please identify.
The signals are getting increasingly mixed. Plucking Archer's signal from this will be like...
This isn't looking good. The radio spookers are winning. Don't know. If we... Says here, main step, volume to the max. My guess.
Someone has been maintaining it.
Something about this setup seems dimly familiar. But you'll be damned if you know what you're supposed to do about it.
It's gotta be you. Maybe you're breaking up, but that's what the invalids fund.
Alright, let's do this then.
Your gloves give you a solid grip on the metal bar. This feels pleasingly familiar. You don't exactly cut a lithesome figure, but after several moments of scrambling, you manage to hoist yourself atop the monument. That performance was frankly an embarrassment.
You're doing all right, Detective. Just keep your focus on the task at hand.
The connection itself is nothing more than a little braid of exposed wire. The whole monument is covered in a thin but durable layer.
Well, what's it look like? That's not good. We should have cleaned the... Hang on. I'm looking at Egg's checklist. He says, if all fails, bend and... It says here, muscle style. Good question. Maybe he's saying we're casting too wide a net. Gotta... Since you're all in...
The speed freak is right. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. There's no turning back. You are face to face with Philip III. This faithful steed is in nearly as poor a condition. The sky is... Through the scrim, you can just make out the shadow of Coalition warship Archer a few kilometers to the east.
Okay, here we go. And yeah, definitely know not to look down at this situation here, because that would just make things worse.
Your grip is firm, yet controlled. The swelling in your headset guides your hands as much as your hands guide the bronze.
Looks like it's working.
Nein, Liebling.
The signal is clear. The storm has passed. This is enough.
Try it now.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Coalition Warship Archer. We are acknowledging and accepting.
There it is.
This is it. And by that, we mean that there is so much you wish you could ask. Your efforts have...
Please be advised that you are speaking on a public frequency. What is your request?
Alright, listen, I really need to reach the Committee of Responsibility.
Acknowledge. To reach the committee, all you need to do is fill out the appropriate request form and submit it to the liaison for public affairs. If the liaison accepts your request, you will be invited to address the committee at their next quarterly public hearing. We believe the next hearing is scheduled for July.
Actually, I was hoping you could patch me through to the committee directly.
We're afraid that is quite impossible, Lieutenant Dubois.
What do you mean?
We cannot transfer you to the committee because we are not entrusted with that responsibility. We are simply the second signaler.
Then, why are you wasting time with her? You should demand to speak with who's really in charge.
I demand you transfer for me to your superior immediately.
You know, that is simply not how the command pyramid works. We can no more overrule our chief signaler than you could overrule your own precinct captain.
You're getting out-tangled by the big bad. Time to try something else.
Alright, what if I need to reach the committee a bit sooner?
Not a problem. If this is a time-sensitive matter, you may file an emergency address request with the liaison for public affairs. They typically respond within a few weeks. We're afraid we cannot...
Then, why are you wasting time with her? You should demand to speak with who's really in charge.
I get it, so the real power is even higher up.
That is the nature of the...
You're getting out-tangled by the big bad. Time to try something else.
Okay. Here we go.
This isn't about you. Not really. It may have been at a certain point, but you've let go of that perspective. This is about your responsibility to all of Revachon. Now, take a deep breath. Look upward. You don't have to bear the burden alone.
Listen to me. The situation in Martinez is a powder keg. If the Coalition doesn't intervene, many people will die.
What? How do you know this?
I've uncovered things in the course of my investigation that led me to believe there is headed to a violent confrontation between the Union and the Wild Pines.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is a very serious claim. Please describe the situation as succinctly as possible. We will forward your summary to the committee.
There's papers rustling in the background. She's clearing her desk, preparing to take notes. There, you've wedged your foot in the door. Now, if you can show the Coalition how much they're needed, they'll have no choice but to intervene.
You have the facts. Just lay them out beneath the cold light of reason. Let's see. The Wild Pines has recently lost control of a paramilitary death squad called Carnel.
Please continue. We're listening.
I've also uncovered evidence the Union may be orchestrating a takeover of a local fishing villages.
We have it. Is there anything else the committee should know?
Detective, before you answer that, I urge you to weigh your words extremely carefully.
You're not only speaking for yourself. He means to tell you, you're speaking for all of the RCM. What you say now will reflect on all of your half-brothers and sisters.
No, those are the facts as I have them.
Acknowledged. Please stand by while we transmit our summary to the committee.
A long winter.
Signals are starting to misalign. Not sure how much longer I can hold them together.
You have to, Noid, just a little longer.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Collision Warship Archer. Please acknowledge.
I'm here, Archer. What's the news?
We're sorry, Lieutenant Dubois. The committee has declined your request for an emergency address. Specifically, they said that disputes of purely local concern do not fall under their purview. They added that they expect the RCM to fulfill its responsibilities to a high degree of satisfaction.
So, well, thank you for trying at least.
You're welcome. We must say that it has been interesting to speak with you. If nothing else, the RCM is frequently a source of curiosity to those of us aboard the Archer. Now, the first signaler has informed us that we must update the receiving frequency. This connection will be cleared in 4, 3...
Wait, is there no other way?
2, 1... Après le monde, le gris.
And the line goes quiet. The lieutenant gives a long sigh.
I think it's best for you to climb off the statue now, Detective. Your real work is done here.
Just give me a minute.
You look around. Out, further out.
Everything all right, Detective? Listen, I understand, but you did accomplish your task. Now come on. We still...
About time. You grab that amp. Forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future generations.
What's one more trip across the waterlock?
I wonder what went wrong there. Alright, well... I'll try... well, luckily we have ourselves an extra save, so... save before that, so we'll try it again. But I'll let you know when I actually figure it out, or the right words to say. Alright, so... And, let's see here. Alright, I'll just keep trying until I finally get it. So, till next time, folks, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see you. Bye-bye!